Okay, let's talk about Webhook. This is also uh, the one way where uh, communication between the services happen. Basically, real-time communication, like we discuss multiple way to one service communicate to another. Simple HTTP, WebSocket, gRPC. This is also one of way where one service talk to another service. So for the real times communication. So here I'm going to talk some specific use case scenario where this web hook works. Might be for the all places where communication required between two services generally we are not using, but for a specific scenario where real-time notification we want, where this webhook play a role to make the communication between the services. So webhook is a, can say, simple is a methods or a function that allow one system to send real-time data notification to another system automatically when the specific event occur. So here what happened, then let's see, this is the system 1 and this is the system 2 and this one service 2. Now webhook just is a methods that allow one system to send real-time notification, real-time data notification, let's see, to another system. But when it send automatically, not the this system say, hey, I need the data. So instead of the, let's say, system A and this is the system B. Okay. So this is the general way. If system B asks, hey, I need a data, then he responds. This is the one way. One way, if any event happen, any situation happen, any state change happen inside the particular event A, that even automatically inform, hey B, this is your data, this is your. So here the automatics A is decided, hey, now we need to response or call particular API or methods of another system. Okay, so unlike the traditional API, which require receiving system to constantly post the update, our webhook send information immediately, making the more efficient for the real-time communication. So another situation where, hey, this is the system A and this is the system B. Okay, let's say system B want to get data. So something happen here, something change happen, something. The another approach is the polling approach. B call, hey, you have data for me? No. Again response is for no. Again after some time again call. If you have data, no. Again sometime call. Any event happen? No. So if something event happens, then those the another approach is that B is constantly polling, asking a particular internet every 1 minute or every 2 minutes. Hey, we have any data for? We have any data for? We have any data for? If something happen here, they are going to respond. Not happen during that times, the B is unnecessary using the remote communication channel. The alternative way, B is saying, hey, this is my API, this is my methods. Hey method, you just know this is the method. If particular event occur for me, you just call me. So this is known as a notification system. Instead of doing polling to get data from the system from A, now our A is the responsibility. When they have some data for B, they can go and call them. So there is a no constant every minute, every 5 minutes, every particular interval of times the B is going to the poll for asking a data. So the situation where you a system required someone call my API when the particular event happened. So here Webhook mostly work on the event-driven system. A particular system A, some event happened, then whatever the registers endpoints are API available, they are going to the call this. That will happen automatically. That means real time. If when the event happened, at the same time, a system going to update the status of B. So you can say another way, sometime webhook also known as a reverse APIs, right? Now, because they allow application to push data to another applications rather than application having polling the data set. So you can sometime you can say reverse API kind of things. Instead of you can say, hey, A application say I am going to the call B. Okay, instead you say I'm not going to the asking you, instead of whenever any event happen for me, you just call my API, you just send me the data, you push me data. Webhook also consider as a reverse API. Or you can say simple, if you are aware the uh, JavaScript or the maybe in any programming language, there is a call concept of a callback function. Callback function is the function. Let's keep this is one function. This is the one function, and call to the another function. Okay, another function. And here they give to our data. Hey, this is the my data, and this is the another function. So they can pass another function. If something completed, then you call my this function. So our system going to the call a specific function, whatever the written here. Okay. So similarly here, webhook consider as a callback function. This is a callback function that is trigger a specific event such as a change of data in any new transaction happen. In the way, applications are providing real-time notification to other applications or services about the particular event change. So you can say simply, webhook can be talked as a reverse API or consider a simple webhook callback function. Okay. The objective is that or one service tell other service, hey, this is the my function, yeah, this is the my API. let's you keep let's you keep yourself, whenever a particular event happen, you call my API. So instead of I am going to calling you, give my data, give my data, give my data, this is your responsibility. Whenever you have something for me, just call my API. So these are the basic concept in the your webhook. One is the event, because a API, particular API. Let's say this is a particular function need to call, okay, from the system A. But system A, when call, when the particular event happen, event are the whenever something some state changes happen in the machine B, at that time event and a specific occurrence that trigger a webhook such as a news sign up or payment request, maybe a new sign up or payment request or something happened. In this scenario they are going to the call this method. What are the webhook endpoint? Webhook endpoint, that means this uh, our service A, no, this is the endpoint, this API I have to call. So webhook endpoint is the URL that receives the webhook notification. So this is the URL where the webhook going to the call. This is known as a those webhook endpoints. What is the payload? Means the payload is the data that is sent with the payload with the webhook notification, which include the information about the event and trigger the webhook. So whatever the, let's say here new transaction come or new notification come, new user come. So whatever the event, those events are added as a payload to the webhook endpoint, and then after that they are going to the call the particular endpoint. So that the service B can receive the those particular event or relevant data. And similarly, callback functions. So callback function is a code that is executed when the webhook notification receive. Whenever notification receive, the particular function or particular callback codes are going to invoke from the webhook service. So from the component perspective in the webhook, what the major component या architecture would be like sure, of course, event occurrence, the number of events occur in the system. Okay, this is the event occurrence. And similarly, a webhook trigger points. One event happen, the particular trigger points means event occur on applications such as a sign up or any notification or any transactions. Webhook triggers the application trigger a webhook notification which include the event data with the webhook endpoints. So here we require the webhook notification sent uh, to the particular data to the specific URL and callback function execution. Whatever the callback function that must be executed. So in short, majorly event occurrence, your triggers and webhook notifications and callback function execution. These are the major your components to meet the webhook architectures. So event occurrence, webhook trigger, notification, and callback function execution engine, which are going to actually execute your endpoints. So this is a simple under, for understanding. Okay. So let's scenario. So we have say we have two approaches. Or we can constantly poll, or use the webhook. So we can say this is the alternative. Is we can without webhook we can do get the information from normal polling from any HTTP request response API, any communication, or you can use webhook. So let's say example. A scenario, we have any request come from the payment API gateway call a particular maybe order microservice, and order microservice responsive going to call the payment service. And payment service, generally payment service nowadays, we are going to the third party. So let's see external payment process, maybe Stripe is the one of the third party vendor which are provide the payment facility. So let's see here payment service going to the call, hey, call the external payment processor. Okay, call them, and after that, once call, they are going to ask payment is ready. Then after that, they say, hey, now payment is might be this is the busy somehow, we are waiting something. So you are first calling, hey, is payment ready? If say no, if say again payment ready, it say no. After some time say, hey, payment is pending or payment is processing. So continuous you are going to the poll your payment service going to the poll the external payment processor. External payment is maybe it's a still waiting, is still pending, transaction going on, and after some time you can say, hey, yes, your transaction is completed, and after that they are going to respond back order service, hey, order is done, and then order service say, hey, payment is completed, and after that you inform the customer, hey, your order is completed. So here our payment service continuously polling, asking by payment transactions which a payments initiated, that is what the current states. Because in the banking system, lots of because a control flow happen. Let's you say, hey, the particular payment done from A to B. The account A validation happen, account B validation happen. Particular amounts are going to validate it. You are going to debit from one account, credit to an accounts. They are ensure that everything is happen within a transaction. So this will take a time. During that time, our payment service is continuously polling what the current status and notification of my external payment processor service. So here each and every responsibility of my payment service. My payment service is continuously polling to the external services and asking what the status, what the status, what the status. Is transaction success or is transaction failure or transaction waiting, what the status. So now here our payment service is continuously busy to just wait for the notification from the external payment process. Now let's just move to the webhook. Webhooks again same, request come from the customer to the API gateway go to the maybe order service, and order service go to the payment service. Payment service just initiate them, hey, I am going to initiate this is the payment request, whatever the payloads, and I got in the callback function. Hey, this is my callback endpoints. This is the callback function. call back my this function, and finally they give. So here payment service are giving whatever the required detail for the payments, and apart from that the callback function. Hey, this is the functions. When you complete, you tell me the final result. I'm not going to again poll you. So just call the external service. Now payment service is free. Now my payment service is free to take the other request, take the other request, take the others. Here our payment service is still busy to complete the transaction. Now the responsibility of my third external payment processor. Once this is done, everything okay, success or failure transaction. Finally, they are called the particular uh, callback function and share the result. Hey, the API gateway, and API gateway again going to respond. Hey, this is the activity done. So now here our order service and payment service is free to involve other activities. So instead of polling, now our given the responsibility to share your status to the your different microservice, other services instead of own. So here you can say webhook avoid unnecessary remote communication from the payment service to the external parties. Instead of just one time, give the details of all the payments, that's the required data, plus the particular callback function. Whenever payment service completed his transaction, he knows this is the callback function, this is the API, this is the URL. This URL they are going to call and inform them, hey, this is your status or result. So this is the way we can say real time notification happen. Why real time? Here might be you are maybe your interval here maybe 2 minutes, 1 minute. So every 1 minute you are going to the poll. So what happened first time you are polling here? Just after 1 second this transaction is completed. Transaction is completed, still they are not going to tell you. Next, after 60 minutes, you are going to again ask, say, hey, it's completed. Then it responds. So here, unnecessary, your system is not responding in the real time. Whenever particular payment processing done at instance, immediately we have to inform the customer, hey, your payment processing is done. So webhook heavily nowadays in the all the e-commerce applications or anywhere the you are going to offer the payment service. And generally payment service in every microservices, every company is not going to the build, they are going to take from the some vendors like Stripe, some other applications. So these are the very transaction or financial transactions happen between the authorized entity. So we have a very lots of security authentication, authorizations, everything taken care by your specialized services. So instead of building own itself the payment service, generally nowadays every applications are dependent or just diverted our call to the specialized payment processing applications. I hope it's get give you some clear idea about how webhook play a role between the two system communication, or you can say two internal service communication or two internal microservice communication, whatever you want to call. So similar example. So like I discuss in the e-commerce platform, generally you have to pay something, customer have to pay something. So whenever use the payment gateway to process the payments. So when payment is processed, the payment gateway send a webhook notification to the e-commerce platform with the payment details. So instead of we e-commerce platform going to continuously polling and asking status of my payment or my transactions, instead that payment gateway or payment modules are responsible to give the whatever the event here, whatever webhook endpoints, even maybe payment process. And endpoint say, hey, this is the endpoints, our payment processing going to the call. Payment payload, payment details, whatever the payment such as a payment amount, payment methods, everything. And callback function means call the function, update the order status, paid or send confirmation to the customer. Once the notification call, and after that callback function, whatever the function I have, the response will to update the customer, your payment confirmation done, your order is payment done, everything's right. So these are the some commonly used case you can say, but there are lots of use case. But generally, any places you require the real-time notification. Okay, generally in mobile application, desktop application, lot the places you need some real-time update. So instead of your application going to the poll data, hey, give me the data, give me the data, give me the data, give me the data, instead from source where you want to update this real-time information on your app, just tell them, hey, this is my API, you can call me whenever you have a updated data. So this is the webhook can be used to send a real-time notification to the other application or services that a specific event or changes happen, right? Maybe data synchronization, many places you want to real-time data synchronization between the different database server. The webhook also play a role to synchronize data between the applications or services in the real times. Might be, let's see, you have a some database, this is the master database and this is the slave database right now. So here if any changes happen here, you want these changes must be replicated quickly on this here. Okay, so here our data sync between the different database or data centers where webhook can also play asynchronous communication with. Similarly, automated flow workflows. Many uh, places where a webhook can play is to automate the workflow by triggering particular event when the certain event occurs. So multiple, let's see, we have some for completing one business use case, multiple workflow can be completed. So here the particular event basis, then this happened, if this event happened, then this happened. So instead of they are going to the continuously telling, hey, wait, we are still progress. So all the workflow can be automated with the help of a web hook. And these are the some good points or benefits you can get if we are using the web hook instead of the continuous polling the system. Same again, real-time notifications like Webhook provide the real-time notification which can improve the user experience and enable faster decision making. Whatever the as early you data you can receive on your application, you can quickly take decisions right now. And again, reduce the polling. Webhook reduce the need of the polling, which can improve the performance and reduce the load on the server. So in this way, multiple benefits. Unnecessary polling, your time can reduce. Now your server is free to take another call. So in this way, we can improve our responses and quickly respond to the customer. Hey, your payment is place an order, will get soon updated the status. So now our payment service order service is free to take more calls, and our application you can say become performant. And this is also increase the efficiency because when webhook can automate the workflow, improve the efficiency by triggering event. It will work on the mostly the particular event, a particular notification happen, right? So because technology wise, lots of simple library. If you're working on a Java or .NET or any other programming language, we have to explore. They have a webhook library available. So you can just find out the suitable webhook library for you, like for .NET, webhook.net or webhook Node for Node applications. So nowadays, like our API gateway, just like AWS API gateway, Google Cloud Endpoint support these the webhook communications as well. And even you can for event uh, triggering or managing or sending, you can maybe the RabbitMQ or Apache, Kafka Apache for the message queues. And lots of you can say nowadays the industries they are already implemented this webhook API, and majorly nowadays the all the you can say famous popular payment gateways using this webhook technologies to make real time notification or transaction between the services. So all the payment gateway, like maybe I just talk about the Stripe or PayPal, use the webhook to give the notification to the merchant about the payment event. So whatever the actually transaction happen between the payment gateway and merchant, between that the real-time notification implemented is the webhook. So you can say very heavily webhook implemented in the payment gateway. And of course, like e-commerce platforms, it's used, like e-commerce platform like Shopify or Magento is the webhook to notify the merchant about the particular order or particular event. Even give the real-time notification to the customer on the e-commerce platform. Webhook can play a role. Even nowadays customer support platform, let's see, customer support platform like Zendesk or Freshdesk use the webhook to notify the support agent about the new ticket. Let's you go, you complains one request, your complaint done, and once your complaint register, there are set up steps in the particular organization or industry happen to resolve your notification. So this webhook easily notify the customer, hey, customer, this is the particular mobile number. This is done. Inform the customer. This is step done. Inform the customer. This is step done. Is inform the customer. So customer get the real time notification. And nowadays, in your mobile, lots of notification you are getting, like any service notification, order track notification, your multiple industries, you can say, where the you want the real time notification from the your related to your request. So webhook can good choice the many places. So these are the some specific point related to the webhook. As a system design engineer, our responsibility, we have to know these real times communications channel protocol which we talk. We have already talked webhook play a role, WebSocket play a role, SSC play a role, server sent even also play a role. Simple your HTTP request response also play a role. But each have a different use cases, a scenario and purpose. They are designed for a specific purpose. So depend upon the use case where you are going to use. The webhook is used to where scenario you want to give the real time notification to the customer without making any kind of a delay, and that is the situation uh, where webhook play a good kind of a role. So we should, I think, we should aware these are the technologies framework available, and generally this webhook can be happen between the services to services, microservice to microservices. They are not directly called to the end customer or endpoints. Instead of they talk to the API gateway layer, payment gateway to the your API gateway. So this way, gateway to gateway communication, gateway to platform communications, webhook play a role. That's for the webhook. Thank you.